Good afternoon, everybody. There's just two members here. I think I can wait for another 2 minutes before I start with the topic of the day, that is Barnyard Millet. Since the recording is started, I will start with my topic so that anyone who wishes to see it later doesn't have to waste time.
So please start.
So today's topic in the nutritional series, the second millet that I will be covering today is Banyard millet, which is also known as Sanma Chawal or Sama Chawal somewhere, or Kutki in Hindi. Primarily, I chose brown top because it has the highest percentage of fiber, and the second millet that I've chosen now is Banyard millet because this has got the uh, approximately 10% fiber. I have also posted a screenshot in the one of the details about Banyard millet. The thing is, there have been studies done by various scientific societies, and each have got a different data. That is not very important. What is more important is that the millet has some amount of dietary fiber and the composition of the nutrients which are there. So this Banyard millet, originally it has been documented that it was found in, it was people were farming it in Japan. That is why sometimes it's known as Japanese millet also. About they were farming for about 4,000 years ago. From there, it spread to Russia, China, Southeast Asia, and naturally, such studies have still not been conducted in India. Probably in next 20, 30 years, probably you may find that this is again an Indian millet itself. But that doesn't hardly matter. What matters is the what does this millet does. This is basically a millet which is for your liver. It strengthens your liver. It helps to clean the liver. So anyone who's basically alcoholic or non-alcoholic fatty liver, or uh, any problem with the liver like jaundice or hepatitis, this particular millet is to be consumed maximum. When I say this particular millet has got a one particular characteristic, it doesn't mean that you leave out other four positive millets. The other four positive millets are also to be included. But let's say you someone is suffering down with jaundice. So out of the 7 days or 10 days, out of the 5 minutes, your aim should be to focus more on Banyard millet. This is rich in iron. It's got approximately 18.6 milligram per 100 gram of the millet. Now, the moment anything is rich in iron, immediately any person who is anemic, or especially women, this is the most ideal. In Nepal and Himachal Pradesh, this is the millet given to women at the time of pregnancy or post-pregnancy, for neonatal. That is the time this particular millet is very good source of iron in their diet. The third most important thing is it maintains body temperature. When it maintains body temperature, if you are if you got some infection or you got some fever, this is the millet that you can consume during such time where you have a temperature issue with your body. Now, this particular millet is also good who have the desk job and they are stationary at one particular place for long hours, especially IT people or consultants who are always sitting at one place for long hours. And for those people, this particular millet is very beneficial. The other benefit of this particular millet is the removal of ulcers from the digestive tract. Liver has got everything to do with blood. The blood synthesis, blood purification, blood, everything controlled is controlled by liver. And this particular millet is helping to clean your liver. So basically, the soluble fiber which is there in this millet is getting absorbed and doing the cleaning process. Now, this cleaning process, it is not going only to the liver. It is moving from your digestive tract. So all the ulcers in the digestive tract, small intestine, large intestine, then this from the blood, it moves to your spleen, liver. So anything wrong with your spleen or liver, pancreas, or the wherever the blood is moving, basically it will clean all those places because of the content of soluble fiber in this millet. The next thing it is very beneficial for is the gallbladder stones. Anyone who's got gallbladder stone should focus on this particular millet. That is Barnyard millet. Typhoid. Again, typhoid is because of the liver. Because the liver is unable to take out the infection, it has got infected, or probably you're eating out somewhere, or some bacteria which is reached and it is disturbing the liver. In the case like typhoid, this particular millet is very, very beneficial. As I just mentioned, anything to do with the bladder besides the digestive tract, like frequent urination, difficulty in control of urine or UTI, Banyard millet is very good. Thyroid again, because of the soluble fiber and the composition of the nutrients, it is much better if someone has got thyroid to focus more on Barnyard millet in your diet. There is a protocol by Dr. Khadir Wali wherein you can actually go with that protocol. But my aim of getting highlighting each millet is basically to tell you what are the main characteristics and where is it more beneficial. Diabetes, constipation, diabetes because of the low glycemic index and the content of fiber. It will help in diabetes, constipation, naturally because of fiber. Cancer of ovaries and uterus. This particular millet will be very good. I think my aim was to keep this short primarily so that all people who want to see the recording, they can see this. I have actually finished and I'm open to questions now, if any.
So I want to ask, food that is rich in iron, will it cause constipation by any chance?
Ma'am, your voice is breaking. Constipation, all I heard was constipation by chance, nothing before that.
I start. Now can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So since it is rich in iron, can it cause constipation?
Ma'am, there is a break. Can you type in your question in the chat?
Now, hello. Hello.
Ma'am, break aa raha hai.
कोई मैं क्वेश्चन का just read out where I can get. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah, I just want to know, will it cause constipation since it is rich in iron?
It will cause constipation.
Yeah, just asking.
No, ma'am, no. There are two things to a millet. This particular millet is rich in fiber. So naturally, it is a solution for constipation. If someone has got constipation, this millet will help. At the same time, due to soluble fiber and rich in iron content, the two things, the rich in soluble content, soluble fiber, and rich in iron content. Iron is around 18.6 milligram per 100 gram. The absorption will be much faster because probably the iron will move with the soluble fiber in the blood. The absorption will be simultaneously. Now, I don't understand the connection between constipation and iron actually. How do you, or probably you faced somewhere, the only problem when it happens, constipation due to millets is because it is not cooked properly. Or after having consumed millets, you haven't had your full quota of water. You haven't consumed water that much. So that is the only reason.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Now, there's a question in the chat.
Sir?
Yeah, ma'am, आपने पूछा है, which millet is good for people whose gallbladder is removed?
Yes.
I'll come to that, ma'am. I'll come to that. The other question which is there in the chat is, which millet is good for someone whose BP is high? Now, gallbladder removal. Now, gallbladder has been removed. Primarily, gallbladder does the job of digesting fats. Now, high BP, just by going for the symptoms, I cannot tell you which millet is good for the particular symptom. Now, why blood pressure is high? Blood pressure is high because your body is unable to pump your blood till the edges of your fingers in the hands and till the last little finger of your leg. The normal flow is not happening. Now, this normal flow is not happening. Why it is not happening? Your blood, the arteries, they are blocked, or they've got narrowed. You're not drinking enough water. The water is, there is no, because of that, the water content in the blood has gone down. It has become thicker. You are insulin resistant, which has caused the body to deposit glucose in your arteries or in the heart itself. So the BP is high. Could be numerous reasons. What basically eating millet will do is, firstly, it will make you insulin sensitive. From insulin resistant, it will get you to insulin sensitivity. The moment and the high content of fiber which the millets have, it will remove the deposit from your arteries. Remove deposit from your heart, from your organs, the space between two organs like heart, lung, stomach. There is a gap between those organs. It will remove them. Those, because for example, stomach size is just a normal, when there is no food in it. It is the size of a normal apple. And once we eat, it can stretch up to 2000 milliliters. That is 2-liter bottle. So imagine, from a size of a medium-sized apple to 2 liters capacity. So where does this whole space comes from? This is from the space between the organs. Between the organs, when I say, is lungs, stomach, pancreas, spleen, liver, kidney. There is a space between these, amongst all these organs. In those places, when you become insulin resistant, the body starts depositing fat. That's the first place where the body will put fat. Same example, ghar mein koi, any guest who has come, the first place you put the extra furniture or other thing is below your bed or somewhere in the store on the top of the cupboards. So this inter organs gap which is there is filled first by the body. So all the problem actually what today which we are facing is now someone actually asked me about the blood pressure. Now blood pressure is could be a symptom, first symptom of you getting diabetic after 10 years. Just by mere taking a medicine, controlling it, all medication, there is no evidence wherein medication has cured people of blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid. The medication is to regulate it, to regulate your thyroid, to regulate your BP, to regulate your glucose. But they have not cured BP, diabetes, or thyroid. This is regulated. Now the medicine, what they are doing is the same function will be done by eating millets. If you start eating millets, the same regulation, your medication will go down, your organs will start functioning properly, and slowly the body will reset to its natural state. The next question in the chat is, what is the best way to cook this millet? This millet is of a small size. It should not take more than 20 minutes. Everyone has think if there is a problem, who will soak it for overnight, next day wash it, and then cook it, and then have the whole day. You don't have to do that. You don't have time. You want to start it. The best way to cook is pressure cooking it. It will not take more than 3 to 4 whistles. You haven't soaked it, fine. So what does soaking does? Soaking fastens your cooking. Instead of 4 or 5 whistles, it will take 3 whistles. You will have to do it yourself. Now, as I had explained in the cooking part of the millets, start with the normal millet that you have just washed, put it in the cooker. Use 1:4 ratio initially. 1 cup of millet, 4 cups of water. Add a bit of salt. Add a bit of ghee or desi ghee, and give it a pressure cooking. See after 4 whistles, 5 whistles. Now this millet is the fastest cooking millet. It will not take more than 20 minutes. And in pressure cooker, 4 to 5 whistles. The best part of millet is, even let's say you have given more whistles, 5 whistles or 6 whistles, it will get softer. The more soft the millet is, it will get digested faster. The only issue will come is that it may be bit watery, there may be more water content. No issue. Next time, reduce the number of cups. You see, each and every stove, the heat is different. If I say, okay, I cook in 3 whistles, so probably I am using the medium flame. Someone says, no, it takes 6 whistles. So probably someone is using the smallest flame of the stove. So everyone, I said, go for 1:4, go for 4 whistles, check. If it is cooked properly, fine. If it is still not cooked, let's say it is not cooked, no issue. Add water and boil it for another 10 minutes and keep checking it in something like open cooking. But you got to start it somewhere. That is the more issue. The next question is, when I eat anything little spicy, there is burning sensation in my stomach. What can I do? Please guide. Okay. You see, you are eating something spicy. First of all, anything which is bloating, if there is a bloating or there is burning sensation or acid reflux, the best way to tackle is you should delay your breakfast or your first bite as much as you can. The simple reason is there are probably your safety lining of the stomach has been compromised. So anything that you're eating is actually entering the body. So the best way to do is delay your first bite. Keep drinking water. The more water you drink, the more your the stomach lining will get better. All stomach issues are water related. If you keep drinking water, delay your first bite, this burning sensation will not come. It's not supposed to come. This burning sensation is coming only when the safety lining, stomach has got hydrochloric acid. The safety lining is done by sodium bicarbonate. The sodium bicarbonate is not the one that you start eating. The body has to prepare it and has to keep it in those finger projection which are there around the stomach. So if you keep drinking water and let's say you have breakfast at 10, let's say 8 o'clock, next day drink water at 8 o'clock, postpone your lunch, postpone your first bite by 2 hours, let's say. You have given the body 2 hours to heal that particular safety. Now, gradually keep increasing your first bite and start introducing the millets in your diet. The firstly the precaution and then is the repair and recovery that will happen simultaneously. Okay, the next question is, can we use it to make chapatis? Absolutely. I think chapatis can be made very easily in the millet cooking, which when I said, and especially with the brown top and Banyard. They both have got, brown top has got 12, I think 12%, yeah, 12% fiber, and Banyard has got 10% fiber. All you got to do is, you have a mixer grinder, take moong dal. To start with, take moong dal dhuli or split and take 2 spoons. 2 spoons moong dal and grind it to a fine powder. Now add this moong dal to your 1 cup of any flour that you're using it, whether it is Banyard or any millet, any millet flour you add that moong dal to it. Now, if you've taken, let's say, 1 measure of millet, add 1 measure, when I say 1 cup, you add 2 spoons of powder made from 2 spoons of moong dal. For boiling water, you should, for the water that you have to add, you have to start boiling water. That water has to be half or 3/4 of the measure of the millets. Like if you have taken 4 cups of millet, then ideally it should be 3 or 4, somewhere between 3-4 cups of water. Add a pinch of salt to it. Add a spoon of desi ghee. Let it come to boil. When it is boiling, sim the stove. Add the complete flour which has been mixed. That is the moong dal as well as the millet, and keep stirring it so that lumps are not found. Once you have stirred it properly, switch off the sim also, switch off the stove and cover it for 15 to 20 minutes. And after that, you will find that you will be able to knead that as good as your wheat flour. And I think next time when I do that, I'll make the video and upload it. Whole millets are good or millet flour? Okay, so you see, our lifestyle has been that we have been in India. What we've been eating basically is roti sabji and dal roti, dal chawal. Sorry, dal chawal and roti sabji. So the whole millet will work like a normal rice. So if you have sambar or if you have a dal, you can make a whole millet, and the millet will be something used like a rice. The millet flour basically is to make the chapatis. Now, the other, there are many recipes actually from the rava. which is not fine ground millet. From rava, you can make upma. You can make their millet flakes. You can make poha from that. So there is nothing like whole millet is good or the flour is good. So basically, what I would love is, like I told you, I'll tell you what happened today morning. Today morning, my wife told me what to cook. I said, what? Nothing. Take millets, put accordingly, proportionately moong dal, add all the vegetables, and I said, cook it. I said, it will be. So she asked me khichdi. I said, no, not khichdi. It would be all the vegetables are there in it. There's a protein from the dal, that is a moong dal, and the flour is there. It is as good as your something like your pulao or something like your khichdi or something in between. What will happen if you add more water? It becomes khichdi. If you add proportionately less water, it will become your pulao. And since the vegetables are there, it will give you the necessary proteins also. So you have to improvise. You should start with normal. You should initially you can go in for just replacing the rice with the millets. Even if you don't wish to replace, at least reduce the quantity of rice. You making, let's say, you make 2 cups of rice for the whole house. Add 1 cup of millets and 1 cup of rice and cook it. The millets will take a bit longer, but they will get cooked with the rice. So gradually you can introduce those millets in your diet. Is rava not made of wheat? Okay, rava is the coarseness of the grain. Rava could be wheat rava, like suji made out of wheat, is a rava. Now in suji also the size matter. It could be more it could be more grains are there. It could be more coarser, mota rava, finer suji for the halwa. You sometimes we go in for finer suji. That is finer rava. Similarly, you take millets. Let's say you take Banyard millet. Give it in a mixie. Don't put it on 1 or 2. You just give that simple turn, or just grind it for not more than 3 or 4 seconds, and check. You'll find it has converted into rava, or it is not. You want it more softer. You grind it. Now, unfortunately, let's say it has become your normal flour. Don't worry. Still, there will be some. Add another some more millets to it and grind it to the rava. Now, the only thing is, rava is basically to have a different type of cuisine, like upma or what else? Halwa. Best way to make halwa is actually the rava millets or the flour of the millet. So rava is basically the coarseness of the grain and nothing to do with the wheat. Next question is yellow, whole, green, or green moong. Any moong. It could be any moong. You see, you basically, if you take whole green moong, what will happen is you will have to grind it more. If it is split, you will have to grind, the time in the mixture is less. If you take the yellow one, which is the dhuli hui moong, you will require less time. Since you are now, you should weigh it accordingly. Like you already know, there is a lot of fiber in Banyard or brown top. So it's better to go for dhuli. Basically, when you take whole moong, there is more fiber to it besides the protein. Whole moong, the covering of the seed is the fiber. So if you go for dhuli, it's best is go for dhuli when you're making roti with millets, because millets as it is are high in fiber. So you will not have to, I think it not take more than 15 to 20 seconds for 2 cups of 2 spoons of moong dhuli. And don't do the mistake of making a complete grinding a whole lot of moong dal and keeping it will go waste, because when you make a flour out of it, storage will be a problem. Either you keep it in the refrigerator, or just make it before you are trying to make the chapatis. Yeah, I think there are no more questions. If any, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can put it in the chat.
Good evening, sir. I'm Asha. I've just joined you. I'm a new entrant. Thank you for this session. So my questions have to be only about Barnyard Millet, या मैं कुछ और भी पूछ सकते हैं आपसे?
Any question, ma'am?
Sir, मुझे I was pre-diabetic for a while. मेरा blood pressure शुरू हुआ. मैंने अभी आपका message पढ़ा, and that is so apt कि BP is just an indicator of insulin resistance. और वही हुआ मेरे साथ. पिछले 15-20 दिन पहले वो मैं डायबिटिक भी डिक्लेयर हो गई. तो आई वॉज ऑन मिलेट्स फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम. पिछले 6-8 महीने से मैं डाइग्रेस हो गई, और ये चीज मेरे पे हावी हो गई. तो अब मैं वापस कैसे इसको कंट्रोल करूं? मैं बीपी की दवाई ले रही हूँ, मैं ब्लड थिनर ले रही हूँ, और अब मैं डायबिटीज का भी शुरू हो गया.
You were on millets for how long, ma'am?
मैंने 2-2.5 साल खाया था. दिन में आई वुड जस्ट हैव सैलेड्स एंड वेजिटेबल्स. रात को मैं मिलेट की रोटी बनाती थी. मैं ईसबगोल डालती थी या ओट्स डालती थी बाइंडिंग के लिए.
मैम, सबसे पहले तो आप एक काम करिए. यू डन अ गुड थिंग बाय following millets for 2.5 years. You have actually controlled the damage.
हाँ जी
Now,
सर.
this damage doesn't happen in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It takes 10 to 15 years.
Yes.
And after 10 to 15 years, the minor symptoms would be belly fat, your thyroid, or something to do with the lungs, bronchial, anything to do with the lungs. Or you will have the fatty liver.
ये सब है. फैटी लिवर भी है, ब्रोंकाइटिस भी है, और डायबिटीज, शुगर, कोलेस्ट्रॉल तो हो ही गया. ब्लड थिनर्स पे मैं पोस्ट कोविड आ गई.
Ma'am, blood thinner, I would suggest take a second opinion, and don't take blood thinners, because I will not say, because I am not a doctor, I will not advise you to go off medication or increase medication or decrease medication. I can just tell you the blood thinners are not good. Why they are not good? If you want, I can give you a separate message definitely and give you explanation, because I will not try to waste time here. Now, what basically you have to do is you have to remove sugar and MRP. MRP is milk and milk products, refined. Refined, when I say refined oil, refined dal, refined sugar, anything which has got a refined salt attached to it. The moment you refine something, then वो बनावटी हो जाता है. Like कहते हैं ना कि this person is very refined. तो वो refinement क्या है? He is no more natural, you know.
Yeah.
तो बनावटी हो गया वो. तो कोई भी खाना बनावटी नहीं खाना है. The third thing is the packaged food. Anything in the packaged food is full of preservatives and additives or sweeteners. That is why they've been able to pack it for a longer shelf life. So if they packed it for a longer shelf life to make money, so they will go and sit in your body somewhere and trouble you more. So the first thing you have to do is get out of these 4 things: sugar, milk and milk product, refined product, and packaged food. Just by removing these 4 things, you will find a difference. I
don't take any of these things, sir. मैं शुगर नहीं लेती हूँ. मैं ये सेंधा नमक हम लोग पिछले 5-7 साल से खा रहे हैं, and I've been off sugar for almost forever. And packaged भी हमारे घर में कुछ नहीं आता. anything.
Okay, so then
And
next
meetha
is
has been khajur.
your feeding time.
हाँ.
Feeding time has to come below 12 hours. मतलब एक मशीनरी काम कर रही है, 24 घंटे काम करती है, 12 घंटे आप फीडिंग करते हो, कम से कम 12 घंटे उसको पचाने दो. Now this first bite and last bite, I know you just joined, so I'll repeat it again for your sake. Anything that you put in mouth except water after waking up is your first bite.
Okay.
Anything that you put in your mouth except water. Anything that you put last before sleeping except water is your last bite.
Okay.
So let's say your first bite is at 8 o'clock. So you got to finish your last bite by 8 o'clock in the evening. So that is what is 12 hours feeding time.
Okay.
So you get this, you are as it is off everything as you told me, to get your 12 hours feeding time. The best feeding time is from sunrise to sunset.
Okay.
If you can synchronize it, because that itself, with the sunrise, all the hormones rise in the body. With the sunset, all the hormones and enzymes sleep in the body. So if you can get, and that is what is circadian rhythm. If you start with, this is the solution, and the one thing I know, you can delay your first bite by 12 hours once a week. When I said 12 hours by once in a week, basically I'm requesting you to do a water fast for 24 hours.
Okay. I want to do the water fast, sir. वो भी मुझे थोड़ा guidance चाहिए. I've been reading about it. मुझे उसमें clarity नहीं थी.
If you got a doctor somewhere nearby who can actually check your vitals continuously. So, and if you have the willpower, you require to go in for 72 hours of water fast to get best results.
Okay.
But I would never ever advise you if you haven't done it. Because there'll be a lot of problems. So the best way to do is you start with once in a fortnight, 24 hours. And the ideal way to do it, I know, is you catch hold of Amavasya or full moon or Ekadasi, whatever suits you. Or you catch hold of a date, 1, 15, 30. Even that will do. Basically, all these dates and were given a particular meaning were primarily for people to understand. There were no mobile, there were no calendars. So everything was Ekadashi, Purnima, Amavasya. तो उसके बाद कैलेंडर आ गए फिर ये नॉर्मल वो आ गया, तो हमारे पास कैलेंडर मोबाइल भी है, तो गो फॉर 1, 15, 30. Go for every you can plan it that way and have 24 hours. You don't have to immediately go for 24 hours. You extend it by, let's say, 18 hours.
Okay, sir.
Start with 18 hours. You check your normal thing. Can you
when you say vitals, you mean blood pressure, sugar?
You see, if you got BP, your BP has to be regulated. If your blood sugar has to be regulated. Your normal heartbeat and other vital parameters have to be regulated.
Okay.
And then I'll give you a simple example. If someone meets with an accident, which is where he's probably broken a bone or something, what does the doctor do? He puts him on saline for 72 hours. Bones and other things are joined. He's made to rest. So what does he do in those 72 hours? He's put on saline. He's not given any food. So basically, he's water fasting.
Yeah.
So in a way, or probably if he is more serious, probably he may be on saline for more time. So ideally start with 16 hours, it gradually go to 18 hours and see, and then don't do it in those hurry moments. You have to get out of everything, and the minimum time you will get out of everything is 3 years. You plan it for 3 years.
Okay.
Don't think I'll just get it off. No, all these health issues have come. because of 15 years of bad lifestyle. And if you think that you will remove it in 1 year, you are sadly mistaken. Minimum 3 years now.
Okay, so, sir, as long as I'm on track.
So plan it that way, 3 years. Aram, because gradually now other things I can actually tell you many more things now, but they of no use. मैं बोलूँ कि आप exercise करो, sunbathing करो, तो वो सब चीजें gradually करेंगे, but at the moment
sunbathing मैं Sundays को करती हूँ, मैं धूप में थोड़ी देर जरूर बैठती हूँ. मैंने जब मेरी छुट्टियां होती है, मैं टीचर हूँ, मैंने वो हॉट वाटर बेदिंग भी किया है, वो हॉट वाटर में रहना आधे घंटा, और वो सब भी मैंने किया है. वो DIP डाइट भी मैं फॉलो करती हूँ. रॉ मैं अपना रखती हूँ हाई, और मेरा 12 घंटे से ज्यादा ही होता है. मेरा डिनर 7 बजे तक हो जाता है और ब्रेकफास्ट फिर 9 बजे होता है. तो और सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट होता है फ्रूट्स, उसके बाद लंच में कुछ सैलेड्स वगैरह, और फिर डिनर में मैं मिलेट्स खाती थी. अभी पिछले 6-8 महीने से दोनों टाइम रोटी शुरू हो गई है.
नहीं, आप ब्रेकफास्ट में मिलेट्स ले लीजिए.
अच्छा,
that will be much better. You take millets for your breakfast and salads and fruits subsequently. That will give you much relief much faster, because when you're sleeping, your body is half of the time digesting the food. Now if you take that for breakfast, during the day the body would have digested. The fruits and salad don't take more than 2 hours to digest. So the body will be able to devote time on toxin removal or cleaning the body.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Hello, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, ma'am.
I'm really sorry I joined late. I was tied up with something. I had a few queries. One was regarding this sun gazing. तो जब आप एक का walk का बात करते हैं 75 minutes और एक sun gazing. So जैसे my mother has arthritis, तो वो सुबह walk के लिए जाती है sunrise time पे. But हमें sun सीधे दिखता नहीं है सर हमारी कॉलोनी के near around areas में because of the buildings and everything. So we get to see that orange light, but we don't get to see the sun, and we walk at that time. So is that okay, or we need to go to a specific place जहाँ हमें sun दिखाई भी दे?
Firstly, ma'am, there's two terms. One is sun gazing and one is sun bathing.
Right.
Sun gazing is a process wherein you directly look into the sun at sunrise and sunset. And there are people who have done only sun gazing and nothing else for, I think, the maximum. There's a record, I think 200 some odd. You can search on the YouTube. But that is different thing from sunbathing. What we require is sunbathing. There has to be direct fall of sunlight on the body. Then only vitamin D will be produced. Okay. So you have to move somewhere where the sunlight is there.
Okay, where the sunlight is there. So generally in the morning when the sun rises, the lights are not that prominent in the sense कि वो body पे आपको महसूस हो वैसा नहीं होता, because बहुत हल्का weather होता है सुबह के समय. तो फिर उस समय करना चाहिए walk या थोड़ा सा जब sun तेज हो जाए तब करना चाहिए?
Ma'am, don't disturb your walk. Now there are two conditions. One condition was you are in the home. One condition is you come in the open. The other condition is you're moving around near the trees. So naturally, even if there is no direct sunlight, even the ambient light, there will be some advantage.
Okay, great. So there was one more thing that we have been eating millets for some time now, like around. My mother has also started taking millets. अभी हमें थोड़ा सा बहुत dryness महसूस हो रही है. Our lips are drying, our hands are drying. So it can be, and we are having ample amount of water, not less than 3 liters. We are having more than 3 liters of water. So is it because of the change in weather, or is it because of the millet consumption, which we have started? So
with the change in weather, your water intake has to go up, and for cooking millets, take a longer time or add more water.
Okay. And so structured water, as we talk about structured water, because it is copper water, So somebody told me that copper water को गर्म नहीं करना होता है, मतलब उसको उबालना नहीं होता है. तो क्या ऐसा है या उसको खाने में भी यूज कर सकते हैं या गर्म करके भी पी सकते हैं?
What basically structured water does is, it's something like water retains memory. When I say water retains memory, let's say it has moved from hundreds of pipes before it reaches your home.
Yes.
So the when it retains memory, with that what I mean is the water molecules are lined up in the manner from where they have passed through. So if they passed through, let's say 100 tons, so the water molecules will be, there will be 100 tons in them. So when you put it in structure water, what it does is, like one could actually refine more, go into structure water. We have got taps now for some convenience in the in our vessels. Actually, the water has to be taken from the center of the vessel, not from the sides of the vessel, because the structure in a copper vehicle, copper vessel, the lining of the water molecules is around the circumference.
Okay.
But notwithstanding that, comparing that again with the no sunlight and ambient sunlight, there is still a better thing from a steel container to a copper container.
Surely, surely.
The second aspect of boiling or other thing, use it for everything. Now you have two options, whether to use with the numerous turns and the other shapes from where the water has passed, to use that for your cooking, or something structured which is more beneficial for cooking. So actually there is no restriction of you not using structured water for cooking. Structured
So
water,
somebody told me that also that इतना ज्यादा कॉपर वाटर का कंजम्पशन नहीं करना चाहिए, थोड़ा बहुत ले लो, ज्यादा से ज्यादा 1 लीटर. तो ये मिथ है या आप कॉपर वाटर नॉर्मली कंज्यूम, मतलब फॉर ऑल द थिंग्स आप कर सकते हो कॉपर वाटर कंज्यूम?
everything. I'm consuming it for everything. I can tell you mine. And what does the copper does? What copper does is basically it is much better than the RO in a natural form. It removes all the free floating ions or other things which are there in the water, which probably even a RO will not do. And other viruses and other things which are there, they are actually, what happens, they are set to the side. That's why it is told that you should dip some thing and remove the water from the container, something like that we do from an earthen pot, which doesn't have a tap. So notwithstanding that, our lifestyle and our life has moved so much ahead that we can't actually use everything to the perfection. So whatever little we do, it should benefit us.
So what I read in Dr. Khadawali's this thing was, I was not very clear on what he said, that you need not use RO. Probably आप बस वो कॉपर की पत्ती उसमें डाल के, either in the steel container or in the मिट्टी का container, even if you keep, तो आपका water clean हो जाता है, जो मुझे समझ में आया. I might be wrong. So I just wanted to cross verify that कि अगर मैं मिट्टी के कंटेनर में वो जो उन्होंने साइज बताया था उस हिसाब से मैं पत्ती डाल दूं यदि कॉपर की, तो क्या मैं आरओ का वाटर यूज किए बिना भी नॉर्मल टैप वाटर यूज कर सकती हूँ, या आरओ का ही वाटर, क्योंकि आरओ में तो सर प्लास्टिक ही है पूरा, वो प्लास्टिक से ही वो छन रहा है और प्लास्टिक के कंटेनर में आके ही वो सेटल हो रहा है. सो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दिस?
Ma'am, every municipal corporation has got different standards, and we know how people work there. We are very well aware of the pollution of the water. Use RO or use the basic
UV
filter. Okay? My wife has thrown it out from the house because she wants only RO, and मेरे घर में 2 RO लगवा दिए हैं उसने. But and notwithstanding that, the best filter is the UV filter, which has got a normal filter and an ultraviolet filter, because it gives you the water akin to a boiled water.
Yes.
If you can boil water every day and put it in the tap water, boil every day or use it, it's a secondary thing. But again, why increase our work? You use the RO water, put it in the copper vessel, use that. Now sometimes my wife says, she says, okay, तो आधा हो गया. अरे मैंने आधा हो गया तो वैसे भी तुमको यूज करना है, तो put half of it RO water, use it. It is still much better than using without copper vessel.
Copper. हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Now, secondly, there are places where Narmada water is coming.
Okay.
Like Bhopal, Indore, there was a Narmada water. Now, Narmada water is the river water which is firstly wherever it is sourced from the river, wherever from the river it is sourced, it is cleaned. So basically, there could be floating impurities, but the water is very clean. That water can be used directly as your water for the copper vessel, but not the normal.
ऐसे तो ना हमारे गाजियाबाद में भी कहते हैं कि गंगा वाटर आता है. वो कितना गंगा है कितना कैसा पता नहीं. That's what they say.
Why leave things to the doubt? Actually, you go use aroma. That is much better rather than the whole family waking up to some surprise one day.
Agree. Y'all will kill me. कहीं तुम रोज सुन के आती हो नई बातें और घर में बदलाव कर देती हो. तो एक पॉइंट और था डॉक्टर खादरवनी की. मैं जब बुक का पूरा जब मैं भेजा था मैं पढ़ रही थी, उन्होंने ड्राई फ्रूट्स के लिए भी मना किया हुआ है, लाइक नट्स वगैरह के लिए भी ना, जैसे आलमंड्स, वॉलनट, उन्होंने इन सब के लिए भी मना किया हुआ है. सो क्योंकि ये तो हम रेगुलरली खाते हैं सोक करके. सो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दिस? या ये भी बंद कर देना चाहिए या चलेगा?
No, source it now. Basically, why he has said no? Why? I'll tell you why he has said no. Now, let's say we were very happy कि हम वो कौन से कैलिफोर्नियन almonds खा रहे हैं, है ना? And it was, I think, I believe 7-8 years ago, it used to be a status symbol. किसी घर जाओ दिवाली पे, उसने बड़े-बड़े मोटे-मोटे बादाम रखे हुए हैं, वो बड़े खुश होते थे कि देखो हमारा लाइफस्टाइल बहुत अच्छा है. But now think of it, these almonds, let's say they have come from California. Firstly, the complete movement from that to this place, the more farther the thing has moved, a food item, the more preservatives are there. That is how it is got preserved. Otherwise, it is supposed to go bad.
Yes.
So the nearest source that we as Indians have got is Kashmir. So I source it from there.
Okay.
That is the other thing. Now the second most thing is all dry fruits are coming from the fruits only. चाहे वो किशमिश है, अंजीर है, बादाम है, अखरोट है, कोई भी है. Majority of the grapes are with preservatives.
That's what he said.
Majority of the grapes, majority of the fruits are with preservatives, and from that fruit only dry fruit is being made. So again, वही है कि मन बहलाने के लिए कुछ ना कुछ होना चाहिए, तो थोड़े बहुत खाओ, but not make it
डेट्स के लिए भी बोला है ये बात कि डेट्स भी जो है ना वो आपके रिफाइंड कहिए या प्रोसेस्ड कहिए, कि आपकी डेट्स भी प्रोसेस्ड हैं, क्योंकि हम तो डेट्स के ऊपर ही डिपेंड कर रहे थे मीठे के नाम पे. एक डेट खा लिया या कभी थोड़ी किशमिश खा ली.
The best will be, आप अगर किसी सब्जी मंडी में जाओ, कहीं पर बड़ी जगह में जाओ, तो you will find कि वहां पर सीजन में ग्रेप्स भी आएंगे और उसी सीजन में वहीं पर ही लोकली आपको रेजिन बना के भी दे देते हैं वो, क्योंकि जिसने ज्यादा स्टॉक किया है वो एकदम से उसके तो वेस्ट हो जाएगा अगर, क्योंकि तो you will find resin there also. How much how I consume grapes, I'll tell you. I keep them 15 to 20 minutes in tamarind water.
Okay.
I soak them for 15 to 20 minutes, and once they are soaked there, after that I wash them in running water. By doing so, I remove only 70% of the additives.
Okay.
So या तो खाना ही छोड़ दो, बट ठीक है कभी कभी खाने लेके आओ तो टेक फुल प्रिकॉशन.
ओके. तो डेट्स में भी क्या आपको ऐसा लगता है कि कई डेट्स बहुत मीठे आते हैं, जो वो किमाई डेट्स के डब्बे आते हैं, तो वो क्या ओरिजिनल या वो चीनी में डालते हैं उसको?
Crystalline, yeah. One are those whole dates which you can actually see there is nothing of whole seed and everything is there. The other one are packed. There is some crystalline crystals also present of the sugar. So वो it will depend.
Possibility है, that possibility is there.
Yes, the possibility.
So rather avoid.
Avoid kya? We have put ourselves so much into practice of so many things. Avoiding everything, especially for children, is very, very, very difficult. So gradually you can eliminate them and increase millets, because basically what millet does is, millet that meets those three criteria of my good food. It should have carbohydrate, it should regulate your glucose, it should remove the toxin from the body. So if you are doing whatever you're doing, if you're eating millets, at least these three things are being done.
Sir, luckily, I mean, in our family, 4 generations live together. Okay. So, including my nanny and my daughter, I mean, everybody are eating millet. Millet ka dosa, millet ka roti, foxtail and सांवा मैंने अभी तक 2 try किए हैं. So, at least ये दो मेरे घर में acceptable हो चुके हैं and I'm really happy about it. Now I'll try third one. Maybe the brown top. Now I will start with brown top. So I'm really really happy about it that some positive change has come. Milk बंद हो गया है, मम्मा ने दूध लेना बिल्कुल बंद कर दिया है. अभी मैंने कल पीनट कर्ड भी ट्राई किया. I don't know how will that come out to be. If that comes out well, then I'll be really happy कि मुझे कुछ substitute मिल गया उसका. So we are trying, sir. We are really trying hard, and let's see where we land up.
Don't totally eliminate things. That also will be very difficult, especially for the children and the aged.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you curd, like I said, milk. So curd, 1 cup of buttermilk is good actually. But now what you have to do, you will have to source the A2 cow.
सर हमारे यहाँ A2 ही आता है, लेकिन बात ये है कि A2 आता है, पैसे तो वो A2 के ही लेते हैं, पर वो A2 है या नहीं, ये यही तो प्रॉब्लम है ना सर. हम पैसे तो दे रहे हैं लेकिन वो A2 मिल रहा है या नहीं, दैट इज द
Yeah.
प्रॉब्लम.
That you will have to ensure it, and उसको ज्यादा पतला कर दो और क्या है, उसकी efficacy कम कर दो, but you will have to find innovate ways to actually do that.
सो अभी हमारे घर में कर्ड बहुत खाया जाता है. पहले तो दूध का भी कंजम्पशन बहुत ज्यादा था, अभी वो बहुत मिनिमाइज हो गया है. बट आई वाज जस्ट थिंकिंग कि अगर ये A2 नहीं हुआ तो ये नुकसान करेगा, फिर क्या करना है इसका. So I thought let's try peanut curd maybe.
The beauty of the curd is that the harmful effect of casein is removed by curd.
Oh, okay.
Especially buttermilk. When the butter has been removed, and आजकल जो मिल्क आ रहा है वो तो घी तो पहले ही निकाल लेते हैं. कोई भी कैसा भी कितना भी वैसा करे तो वो तो पहले ही निकाल दिया उसने. तो उसका आप कर्ड बना के उसको उसमें से बचा हुआ भी अगर कर्ड वो निकाल दो, बटर, the buttermilk is good.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
again, 1 cup. 1 cup also, after about, let's say, जो खाना खाने के 2 घंटे बाद पानी पीना है, you have that buttermilk.
Okay. Okay. So arthritis में भी buttermilk दे सकते हैं ना?
देखिए, again, arthritis and buttermilk. The problem is when you get confused from natural and from Ayurveda. आयुर्वेदा में वो तपा वता और वो कफ आया था, वटा कफ आ जाता है. नेचुरल के अंदर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आता. नेचुरल के अंदर कहता है कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप लो जो लेना लो. सो इट इज बेसिकली योर मेंटल मेकअप, व्हाट डू यू वांट.
ओके. ओके. थैंक यू सो मच सर. मतलब रोज में इतने सारे कंफ्यूजन होते हैं, so I always approach you for the same. Thank you so much for the help.
वेलकम.
Really thankful, sir. Really thankful. Thank you so much.
If there are no more questions, yeah.
So I want to ask a question.
Yeah, ma'am.
You said about buttermilk. So मैं जब भी buttermilk पीती हूँ मेरा सर पकड़ लेता है.
Ma'am, for diabetic patient who is already on diabetic medicine, I always say no, nothing, not even buttermilk.
So I'm not diabetic or anything. I don't have any problems, sir.
तो इन दैट केस अगर वो पकड़ रहा है तो आप एक बार में छोड़ रहे हो, 3 दिन करके देखो, तीसरे दिन नहीं पकड़ेगा.
Okay, okay.
You basically the body, there's some system which has formed in the body which it is resisting.
Okay.
But but probably that resistance is for what reason I don't know. But आप 3 दिन follow करिए. If you feel better after 3 days, continue it.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
If there are no more questions, we end the today's session. Thank you, everyone.